The annual Environmental Achievement Award recognizes the best projects and programs that go beyond basic policy to protect and enhance the environment while meeting the state's transportation needs. The Environmental Affairs Division presents the award to districts or divisions whose efforts have produced outstanding results. Here are the finalists for 2015. In 2011, the Bryan District began developing plans to rehabilitate two historic truss bridges on the Little Brazos River in Robertson County. The deteriorated condition of the two bridges required their complete rehabilitation. The project required the cooperation and input of both state and local entities, such as county judge and commissioners, and with private landowners' help. With assistance from the TxDOT project development team, a consensus was reached which determined that rehabilitation of the bridges was the appropriate course of action. DCI Contracting Incorporated of Lansing, Michigan was awarded the contract. Although the plans called for the bridges to be constructed sequentially, DCI worked it out with TxDOT and agreed to work on them at the same time, saving time and shortening the work by 140 days. The bridges were closed and work began at each location, starting with removal of the deck and constructing new columns and vents for the approaches. General philosophy was to remove and replace only the metal found to be structurally unsound. Attention to detail, open communication, and innovative design were essential because several of the worn components had to be retrofitted and fabricated from scratch. In order to avoid contamination to the Little Brazos River from the removal of old lead-based paint, the bridges were draped entirely with massive tarps, protecting the water and air environment surrounding the projects. The Providence Road Bridge was painted a light gray, while a dark blue paint was chosen for the Wildcat Road Bridge. Once painted, a new glulam deck panel was installed on the approaches and deck. These efforts resulted in the preservation of two bridges that represent an important part of Texas transportation heritage and are a local source of pride for the residents of Robertson County. The 100-year-old West 7th Street Bridge in Fort Worth, Texas, was beyond rehabilitation and offered limited pedestrian access over the Trinity River and Trinity Park. TxDOT gained community support for the bridge replacement, working with local preservationists to develop a plan and methodology for identifying historic bridges in Tarrant County. This maintenance plan preserves these bridges well into the future and is the first of its kind in Texas. The new TxDOT-designed West 7th Street Signature Arch Bridge is the gateway between the city's downtown and cultural district. The design is innovative. The unique precast concrete arches are the largest known in the world. Precast minimizes on-site construction and the impacts to commuters. Keeping the Trinity River Trail open during construction was also important. Protecting the Trinity River and its neighborhood was paramount. TxDOT's proactive planning ensured environmental effects were kept to a minimum and that the natural and human environment was not only protected, but also enhanced. Specific project activities related to environmental efforts included reinforcing the levee system along the riverbank, improving drainage, and installing special water filters to mitigate runoff. Some community enhancements included adding new access to the Trinity Trail system and two 10-foot sidewalks outside of the new arches for pedestrians and bikes. The new arch design allowed for the entire bridge superstructure to be located above the floodplain, which allowed less obstruction for river flow and views. The new West 7th Street Bridge not only provides a link connecting downtown Fort Worth to its cultural district, but also provides a link to the values that the community holds important. Epic, innovative, eco-friendly are all words used to describe the massive DFW connector expansion and reconstruction project. In 4 brief years, the project designed and constructed 8.4 miles of roadway, just north of the 3rd busiest airport in the world. It doubled the size of the existing highway and improved mobility and air quality for the more than 250,000 daily commuters. The project, located on State Highways 121 and 114 in Grapevine and South Lake, included the demolition of 17 existing bridges, building 39 new bridges, moving more than 3.6 million cubic yards of dirt, and paving 152 lane miles of roadway. Construction began in February 2010 and reached final acceptance in March of 2014, more than 6 months ahead of schedule. But it was environmental stewardship that built the framework for success. Recycling played a key part in the project's pollution prevention and abatement program. More than 1 million tons of materials were recycled during the project, leading to a 95% project recycle rate. While the DFW connector improved traffic flow, it also created a beautiful gateway into the local communities and Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. The team worked with the local cities and airport throughout the project on aesthetic designs, including lighting, recessed artwork in concrete walls, and native plants and wildflowers. Local waterway protection was a focus for the project team. Intensive training for all employees working around wetlands was required. While on the construction site, crews continually worked to identify habitats and protect plants and animal species. The DFW Connector's public outreach program included education on environmental practices and what the public can do in their homes and businesses to become better stewards of the environment. The team mentioned its environmental protection initiatives at nearly every presentation, but focused on these efforts at open houses, public appreciation events, and Earth Day celebrations. The DFW Connector project illustrates excellence in environmental stewardship, proving that you can improve transportation in Texas while not messing with Texas.